quick recap to get players up. You have the recap from last session, Josh, and then I'll do the recap for the scene. So go ahead.
Okay, so last we left our heroes, the adventurers woke up into the city of Mitros, where we have many adventures waiting for us. We have been sent on many quests, such as finding the map to the fabled ship of Ultros. We have the wine festival coming up. We have a little bit of discord and problems going on with the cult of Lutheria. So when we first started, I wished to return to Grimmix, famous armor smith who made me an absolute lovely piece of chestware, mind you. All the filigree, all of the flair, absolutely the best piece of armor I've ever received in my entire life. This plate it's gorgeous. And then I believe somebody else got something that was less than desirable. But anyway, from there, Ina wished to return to the Stygian Row. It's a very less than desirable place that anyone would really wish to go. There you can find anything that one would not normally be looking for when the guards are around, mind you. It just smells terrible and you get nastiness on your clothes. Nobody wants that. But out there, we were able to visit the Minotaur auction block where Ina was to put in a good word for Bullbug, a Minotaur whose brother we had saved and has freed himself from his own oath of service. Well, he broke his oath of service and desires freedom above all else. From there, we actually purchased, much to my shock, Bullbug's oath of service, and now we are a party of 6, 7, and we have a Minotaur. I'm okay with this. Doesn't make any sense, but we now have an oath of service binded Minotaur. Keep moving forward. Reviving our disagreements with Septia and Trellis of the Cult of Lutheria, as they requested us to go to great lengths to discover what happened to their poisoned wine, as they like to place across this town. We discovered that Castor was indeed withholding that shipment. As I don't wish to work for Castor or the Cult of Lutheria, we decided to betray Septia and Trellis. Cyanus had a forged note created, more or less accusing them. Well, I forgot. The note is of no importance. Managed to say, I came up with an amazing idea where we would lure them to the harbor, where we claimed to have found their barrels of wine. There we would ambush Septia and Trellis, and we would save the day by purging this land of two of the most disgusting human beings I have ever seen. Oh, and mind you, two people who attempted to poison me, which is clearly the wrong thing to do. So here we are. The trap has been laid. The trap has been sprung. One of these have fallen. That's the best case scenario I could ask for, because the other one's about to die too. All right. Let's see what the adventures hold now.
All right. So, give me 1 second to finish clicking. I was setting up some character portraits while you're giving this that amazing backdrop. So, you are in one of the warehouse districts in the harbor, well, one of the warehouse areas in the harbor district of Mitros. It is nighttime. It is dark all around you. There are periodic torches that are flickering kind of off in the distance and down various alleys around you. The streets are relatively bare. You haven't seen anybody for 10 minutes or so. Every now and then you may have a passerby come through, whether it's a sentry or someone stumbling back to their ship drunk, what have you. You sprung the ambush. Trellis was quickly dispatched, but Septia disappeared from sight and shot off back in the direction they came from. She turned down an alley with Euron and Ina close in tow. Lycus, you were elevated up on the second story of a building. Cyanus, you were a little bit further away, kind of across the street from Lycus. And you stayed there in the alley, and that's where we left off. So, let me fix my stream overlay thing here. Alright. And we're going to jump in. It is top of the third round. Lycus, you have the initiative. You see your token. You are up on you're on the second story of that building that your token is right next to right now. So,
Okay.
what are you going to do?
So I don't know where they are. I have Lycus knows they're generally around this area because he heard the fighting and the running and the sloshing, I'm assuming.
Yes.
But I don't know what direction that is actually.
Okay, so where your mouse is, directly to the alley next to you, no. They went further up the street.
They went
that way.
Okay. So I would like to climb on the roof, see if I can get a better vantage point, because I'm on the second story. And I'm going to try and do what I can. Let's do a little rooftop jump and acrobatics here, because people love reading about that shit. I want to go ahead and try to do some rooftop leaping and see if I can't make my way over there as best I can to get as close as I can to where they all are.
All right. So to get up on the roof, there's just behind you, there happens to be a ladder with a hatch on top of the roof, so you can climb up that. It'd be about 10 feet.
Okay.
And once you get on the roof, you look around, there's a ledge right in front of you. It's very dark, so you can't even see much on the roof directly in front of you right there, across the way from you.
Yeah, I got my lights coming with. I got one of the lights coming with me.
Okay.
It's gonna just terrible idea, but it's gonna hover right over me. It's like, hey, this guy's here. Don't shoot him. But I need to see where I'm going. I'll have a little bit in front of me.
You got it. So I'm gonna move you on top of the roof, and I'm gonna drag one of your dancing lights up there for you. Give me you see the ledge in front of you, so give me an athletics check just for fun. You're gonna make the jump. Let's see how gracefully you make it.
Oh, the icon's changed. How do I get to the skills section? I don't have the character sheet.
What you looking for, buddy?
Oh, there it is. I thought I had a quicker way to do it. Sorry, I'm using Foundry for it. Acrobatics. Did you do it?
It would be in the chat block on there. I see 3 rolls. You take your first one as a 15.
Alright, I'm just gonna go back to D&D Beyond.
Okay. I think that's probably the best idea.
I'm sorry, I really wanted to use it. I thought it was a little quicker there. But,
we'll practice with Foundry in between sessions. We'll get there. No big deal.
Yeah. All right.
So,
15.
Dancing lights hovering over the gap, you back up a little bit, your hooves clack, clack, clack on the wood, and you jump. You get to the other side and kind of skid across, look around. So that has taken 15... That's taken 20 of your movement so far. But you are now on this building, and your dancing light is with you.
I'm as graceful as an ox.
All the things you see on the map, those are inside the building. Just ignore that. You're on a relatively flat roof. You're about 20 feet off the ground.
I'm a freaking ninja here. I am the goat ninja. So I'm going to just keep booking it in that direction as best I can. If I can make it all the way and make another jump, I will do so. If not, then I'm going to go to the edge. And then I want to send the rest of my lights into that area to see if I can't help illuminate, to help my co-party members, or my party members, excuse me, to see if they can benefit from the lights as well.
Okay, so your action to dash, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to do the best I can to get there. I mean, that means I have to do an action, then I will do so.
Okay, so let's see, you're at 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What's your speed? 30?
30.
All right, so you're all the way over there. You could step over to the left if you want to be towards the left edge. Otherwise, you can just kind of be in the middle of the roof there, and you can drag your dancing lights wherever you want within their 60-foot range.
Okay, I have to walk them up the alley.
Yeah.
So that was... Oh god, it's going to be hard as the crow flies.
All right, so we'll put you towards the edge there just because it makes more sense so you can see where they're going, because you can't really see over that edge into the alley yet.
Right, I'm just there. So my thing is I can see there's an alley.
Okay.
So it's like light up here, light over here. I can just hit the areas, boom, boom, boom.
Easy enough.
And that's my guess. I tell you what, I want to send it down the alley, but I don't know. I'll just let's see. I'm gonna do this one at each intersection, and then I know there's another one here. You tell me if it's no good. Sound good?
Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now because it's fun. We'll look at the requirements of dancing lights later. Not a big deal to me. Just so you know, that area off to the right where you put the dancing light, that is illuminated by a small torch over there. So you go ahead and put your dancing lights wherever you want to, and we'll move on to the next player if you got nothing else besides that.
I'm good. That's it.
All right, Cyanus, you threw Grimstalker at Septia. She disappeared. You saw in the dancing lights, or where they originally were, you saw Trellis hop down. Ina came over, practically cleaved him in two. She darted off into the darkness. Euron darted off into the darkness down that street. You are currently back in your original position. Nothing and nobody around you. Pitch black all around you. What are you going to do?
Well, I heard them run off down the street. So, first off, stepping out into the street, looking around, see them off to my side, and then I run down the street.
You cannot see them, unfortunately.
Can't.
No, it's pitch black. You can't see anything down there.
Well, I heard them go that way.
You did. You're welcome to run that way, yes.
5.
He'd see me in my floating lantern.
Up on the roof? Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, we're here.
And you can see the dancing lights dart off in that direction.
All drive in one direction.
Yeah, that's
Let
fine.
me lead the way.
So, not quite there yet. I'm gonna keep dashing down the street, give myself another 30 feet of movement.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay.
All right, out of nowhere, you just kind of practically stumble into Ina's flank, and you hear them cursing and swearing, and you can tell that Euron and Ina are right there next to you, and they're focused on something in the darkness down the alley in front of you.
What, is she out that way? All right. Cool. I can't attack right now because I used my bonus action.
You used your bonus action to dash?
No, wait a minute. Yeah, I used my bonus action to dash, so I should be able to just like regular action my
You can.
spear, right? Okay.
You can.
Look, it's been 2 weeks. I'm off.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right. So I see the light down the alley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that's where she is.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna toss my spear off that direction, see if I can hopefully hit her.
All right, attack roll with disadvantage because you can't see your target. Go ahead.
Okay, disadvantage.
It's really crazy seeing y'all's mouse things move all over the place all the time. It's really cool. I can see where I can see where you're focused.
All right, so I rolled a 12.
All right, Grimstalker flies out, doesn't seem to impact anything, twirls around, comes back to your hand.
Okay. All right.
Anything else, buddy?
No, that'll be it for right now, at least.
All right, Septia has the initiative. All right, Ina, you're up. Everything's pitch black around you. You felt Cyanus come up behind you, heard what you assumed to be Grimstalker fly through the air next to you as the dancing lights. You hear Lycus overhead. You know Euron's right next to you. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna turn my armor on so I can see better.
Okay.
I can see more better.
Just for fun, did you happen to work out a magic word for it?
Well, I looked up the Greek word for light and that was unpronounceable to me, so I'm gonna go with the Latin one, lux.
Nice. Okay. So you see Ina rapidly touch up the bronze orange jewel in her chest, and her body takes on this strange ethereal orangish light outline, and then bright and dim light scatters in all areas around her, emanating from this jewel in her chest.
Okay, so if I'm looking down the way my token's pointed, this is where I feel like she went, somewhere down this way.
That's where you think she was, and that's the way that you were focused. That's the direction that you're on through the line from the Horn of Balmitri, and you saw that arcane shield pop up to prevent her from getting hit by it. But yeah,
Okay.
that's where you thought she was, yeah.
I am going to. I want to run down the center of the alleyway. So I want to have like my what am I using? I want to have my great axe out, but also like my longbow, and just make like be as wide as I can, and just like run to the end of the alley and see if I hit her or come across her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you got great axe kind of stretched out in one hand, longbow kind of stretched out in the other, and you're just going to charge towards the end of the alley, hoping you hit something, right?
Yeah. And if I
All
don't,
right.
then I'm gonna turn and go down
All right.
until like my speed of 50 is up.
Got it. Okay, so this would still be you trying to kind of hit her, and if she was there, she'd still be kind of trying to dodge. So let's go ahead and make a general attack with the great axe just for fun to give us something to go off of, and then
Okay.
move your token where you want to.
Okay, so it'd be an 18.
Okay. You go ahead and move your token, and I'll let you know if you hit anything along the way.
Oh. $25 plus 15 is 40. So I would end up right here in front of this cart.
Okay. So along the way, you could tell by the kind of a wood on wood sound, you're hitting some barrels and a wood pile next to you that you saw when your light illuminated. You turn the corner, turn back to the left. You came up on this cart that appears to have a bunch of potatoes in it. You didn't hit anything that seemed invisible or ethereal. Looking out in front of you, standing here behind this cart, you see a small burned out campfire that's kind of smoldering a little bit. You see a torch over a set of chairs beneath a tree. And then seems to be a tapped wine casket. In the chair directly opposite you, the one facing you, you can see on the map, there appears to be a commoner, maybe a dock worker of some sort. You can see a tankard of fluid on the ground, kind of spilled out. Maybe he was drinking and something happened, or maybe he's passed out drunk. But as the light from your jewel reflects and combines with the torchlight cascading over his head, you see this thin red line that's slowly starting to seep faster and faster red, going down from his neck to his chest.
Oh no. Oh. Damn. Okay, so oh boy. Okay, so I'm just gonna call back to my people and be like, I'm pretty sure she came this way. And just we'll wait for them to pop up, because I don't think that there's really anything that I can do that'd be helpful.
Okay. You got it. That means it's your turn.
Damn it, that spoiled my lovely plans of tackling her at the end of the alley. You ruined my fun, Joey. I was hoping I could get through this fight and actually hit something. I haven't hit something in a while. I'm going to use my action to dash so I can start to catch up. So that'll be 60 feet. So. 30, 35, 40. Actually, hold on.
So-
Back here. Is there any way, can I hop over this wood beside me to try and get over her?
Yeah, it's just like a broken bench. You could easily kind of just step up and over it or whatever. No movement penalty, not a big deal.
50.
As you round this corner, you also see the same scene I just described to Ina.
Okay. And, okay. And I can't do a whole lot more than that. So, I guess I'll just look I'm checking my memory. I threw some wine at her. She threw up a shield to deflect it.
Mm-hmm. Arcane shield.
Has there been any that wouldn't have left any like trace on her or anything?
No, as
As it
the
hit the
wine
mountain.
splattered against the shield, it kind of just cascaded into thin air, and then as the shield dropped, it all just scattered on the ground.
Well, that's pretty much all I can do. I think I've blown through my action surge already, so I will just... Can I at all perception or survival check, one of the two, to see if I can see there's footsteps going in this direction?
If you used your action, then you cannot, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
That would be an action to focus in and take a few seconds to do that.
Fair enough, honestly. So then I will leave it at that and just heaving a little bit of breath and just growl in frustration.
You got it.
And just go, we need to... If she calls for an alarm, we're fucked.
Okay. Lycus. You hear this stuff down there. You don't see much of it after they go down the alleyway, but you kind of hear them on the other side of the building behind you. What are you going to do?
I'm going to run off to that side of the building. Try to see if there's any indication of a left or right. Which way would be towards safety? In my general, since we recon this area, I'm trying to make a roll for it to determine the best likely chance, or where would someone go, especially if they're invisible.
Not going to make you roll for it. I would just give you the options that Lycus would probably consider. Number one is just trying to kind of break off and get back to Temple of Lutheria somehow.
No.
Number two would be to find maybe one of the smaller open little corner pubs or something like that to blend in. Number three would be use her invisibility, just kind of get lost in this maze of buildings around you and things of that nature. You don't know her too well, and you don't know what she's capable of, so it's hard to really ascertain what her goal would be.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna jump...
I dragged you off of the roof just so you could have line of sight, but you're still up on the roof.
I want to jump to this other... Well, it looks like there's a ladder. I want to run across to this other roof and then go to right here area where you see my light.
Okay, you can get to this corner with 30 feet on top of the roof. And I'll drag you down to the ground just so you can have line of sight.
All right, I'm gonna dash north. Just be like, I'll go check this way.
Okay, so are you staying on the roof or are you gonna get down on the ground?
I'm gonna stay on the rooftops.
Okay.
And I guess this is north. I'm assuming the map is.
It is. It is north.
Yeah, I'm gonna start running north and just kind of parallel because I can't see anything to the right. What does it look like is right to the right of me, like down that path?
More buildings, more darkness.
Okay,
your vision fades quickly. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's just shadowy.
Well, I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna go check north. I'm gonna run to the edge of this building as far as I can, and then, I guess, listen to see if I hear anything.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token 30 feet north, and give me a perception check with disadvantage because you're not taking your full action to do it. It's just a quick, listen real quick. It's not like trying to investigate anything.
This is my action.
You would have to move your action to move further than what you are right now because you just came over from the other rooftop, remember?
That was 30 whole feet? That was 30
yeah.
feet? Okay. Yeah, then that's fine then. All right, I missed it. I was like, man, he's being gracious with the movement. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and then with disadvantage, which one do you want? Perception or insight?
Perception.
You sure perception?
I'm sure. No. Unfortunately, I'm sure, buddy.
Oh, fuck me. How's a 10 sound?
A 10 sounds like you're staring off to the darkness, that green dancing light dancing around your head. Aside from little chants and footsteps of commoners moving around in the darkness that you can't see somewhere out there, nothing really piques your interest.
Okay. Oh, I did something. I moved. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. All right, and then I'm gonna move the lights. It's 10. Oh, this is all dead zone, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
Don't go that way.
I mean, you can. We're just gonna go into Theater of the Mind again.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna move these tokens around.
You got it.
Do your thing.
All right, Cyanus, you're up. I just remember those things do have a 60-foot range.
Yeah, but I'm thinking over the roof.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
All right, so I saw them go down the alley, so I was just gonna follow down the alley at them. Bonus action dash. So
Okay.
let's see, that'll be 30, 10, and then I see them in the little plaza. Can I double check on the guy that's there?
If you bonus action dash, you should be. I'll say you can get to him. Use your action to do a medicine check if you want to check on him or something like that. Sure.
Okay.
If you want a quick glance, I can just re-describe what y'all saw. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I'll bring you over there by him.
Okay. I was about to say, like, where is he?
Yep, no worries.
So medicine check, because I
Yes.
give him a quick once over. I see that he's got like cut on his neck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I rolled an 11.
All right. You're familiar with these type of wounds, going from one side of the neck to the other. Normal medicine can't heal this. It is a kill stroke. It seems like this person was caught off guard. Either they were sleeping or caught from behind or something. Mm-hmm. He's bleeding out quickly. Maybe magical healing can save him. Otherwise, he has seconds.
All right. As I'm giving him a once over, like, does it look like he has any damage to like his shoulder or anything?
Not that you can see. The only wound you see, the only visible wound, is that slice across the neck.
Shit. Okay. I can't do the thing with my spear again.
Correct.
So I guess that's basically all I've got right now.
Alrighty. So at this point, you hear, as you're checking over this individual in the chair, the blood soaking down his shirt, you hear a soft rustling off to your right-hand side, very close by, Sinus. You glance over, and you see this pinprick of bright orange light, about 10 feet off to your right, appear about 3 feet off the ground. It slowly rises up, shifts off to the left, and then rapidly expands and flares out into this giant fireball directly in the plaza middle of all three of you. I need everybody to give me a dexterity saving throw. You three, Ina, Euron, and Cyanus. I believe that, Ina, you should have advantage because of danger sense. You have that, right?
She fucking ambushed us.
No, I don't think I have danger sense.
You don't?
You should.
Yeah,
I mean,
she does. It's a level 2. If it's barbarian specific.
Oh no, I do have it. I'm sorry. I do.
No worries.
Oh, thank God.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay.
That's an 18. Thank you,
That's
dice.
also what I rolled. 18.
Nice.
Thank you,
All right.
dice.
Give me 1 second, double check the spell save here. Okay.
Roll the 16, the 7.
So that is... all three of you saved. You saw this fireball come flaring out and slam into the wall in the midst of all three of you. You're all going to take 17 points of fire damage. I believe you're resistant to that also, Ina.
Yes.
So that's cut in half again for you. So that would be 8 points of fire damage to you. And then you hear scurrying sounds proceed off to the south from that direction, Linus. All right.
Please say you tell us where she went.
Ina, you are up.
Okay, so do I notice that it goes south? Would I have noticed that or no?
Give me a general perception check. Not that you're looking, but it'd be unlikely because you're kind of far away and the fireball flying at you, but we'll see.
11.
Yeah, no, you didn't notice that. You did see the fireball come from that direction, though, right next to Cyanus. That's pretty apparent.
Okay, then I will I'm going to run to this edge right here. Do I see anything as I look down towards Cyanus?
Quick glance. No. You're welcome to try and peer and focus using your action.
No, I'm just gonna run again and hope I hit something.
Go for it.
I'm passing a door. Is this door open or closed?
It is not. It is closed.
Okay, cool. And then I'll stop here because I don't know where to go. I want to like look around and see if I can figure out where she's at. If I hear anything or smell anything, see a track or anything.
All right, perception check.
22.
22. You come around the corner, you see a hay bale off to your right hand side, you go around that and a haystack next to it, you come to the crossroads here in the alleyway, you glance around, and without looking, you hear over your shoulder a soft rustle in hay. Kind of somewhere behind you within that hay, either directly behind you with the hay bale, something, don't know what, is moving back there.
I can't hear her.
Julia, you're muted.
I know she was talking to us or not.
Yeah, sorry. So I'm going to turn around and face the hay bale and just like raise my great axe, and I don't want to. I'm just gonna wait for the others. I don't want to like call out and so then her know that we know where she's at.
Okay.
But I'm going. Ina's assuming she's in there, so I'm just kind of like ready.
Mm-hmm.
If I see her come out, I know mechanically I can't ready an action right now, and then I'm just gonna wait. And then when like I see my partners, I'll like indicate that that's what she's at. That's where I feel like she's at.
Okay, fair enough. All right, you're on. You're up.
All right. Oh God. Okay. So I'm just kind of looking. I presumably saw the same thing. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. God, why is my movement speed so low compared to you guys?
Centaur. 4 legs.
Yeah. I know. I'm just bemoaning it.
More legs, more better.
Then I'll do my use my action. I'll dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So presumably I get there. I see Ina holding her axe over the hay bale.
Okay.
Oh God. This is that moment where I'm working out whose idea it is, if it's mine or actually Euron's thought. Because my instinct is to go cowabunga into the hay. Just jump. It's not meant to be an attack roll, in a matter of speaking.
All right, so what's Euron going to do?
I'm going to look at, so I'll say I'll stop at 20 feet just for the moment. I'll look at Ina. I'll kind of, like, just sort of like, should I jump? I'm not going to say but I'm gesturing, like, me, jump, hey, yes?
You get the general idea of what she's kind of asking, Ina. You can respond non-verbally if you'd like.
Cowabunga! I'm going to jump in and sort of, I'm going to try and tackle, basically, I'm tackling the hay bale.
All right.
I'm going to tackle the hay bale and hope I hit something.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check. That is a... Oh, thank God. 18.
18. You bust through, hay goes flying and then scatters down, and as you come through, your shoulder clips something kind of hard, kind of soft, kind of human body-ish, and you roll off to the side. You glance around, you see some hay drift down and settle on ethereal, invisible form standing practically right over you.
There you are. And that's all my movement. That's actually, you know what? I'm trying to remember if I actually used my action surge or not. If I did, I didn't mark it.
I Does anybody remember for sure? I thought you did. If not, roll a d20, and if it's 11 through 20, we can use another one.
Okay. 16.
You can use another one.
Yeah. Action surge, and I'm drawing my sword, and I am going to stab at the shape I can see covered in hay.
Okay, so there's a couple of bits of, I'm gonna say you still have disadvantage because the majority of us are invisible.
That's fine.
But you kind of know where it says you're not going to swing out in the wrong direction around you, so it's still an attack with disadvantage.
Okay. There's a 14 hit.
14 does not. Right where you think her torso would be, you slash out. You see the hay kind of shift a little bit, and you don't connect with anything.
And then because extra attack, can I swing again? Because fighter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay. And that is a 16.
16. You reposition. You see the way it shifted. You counterstroke horizontally, swiping across. That purplish arcane shield pops up again. Your sword impacts it, and it dissipates.
And I'm just gonna smile, keeping sword in motion, and I'm gonna just yell up, Lycus! Cyanus! Over here! And that's it.
You got it. All right. So back at the top, Lycus, what are you doing?
Reversing my ass around.
You hear a fireball and then some yelling off to the south.
Yeah, like it's explosions and shit and flare, and I'm like, all right, fine. My burning light or my dancing lights aren't that bright. I get it. Fucking, it's a Christmas tree over there. Let's see, that's 30 feet. I'm not gonna be able to make it around the corner. I see Cyanus. I'm gonna go and play him I'm gonna kind of boost him up a little bit, play him a little war thing. I'm gonna give him a Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action. I can't get around it. I don't want to just jump into the fray. My action will be I'm going to prepare an action. If she comes this way, I'm going to shoot her. I'll just prepare to take a shot because I know I can't make it any further around. So I'll just prepare to shoot her. I'm going to throw a Bardic Inspiration to him as a bonus action. And that'll just be it.
All right, easy enough. You got it. Cyanus, you're up.
All right, so I hear him call off from that direction. I take off down the alley. Gonna bonus action dash. Just get a little bit farther. 5. And then I see them right there, right around the corner.
Yeah, you see Jordan and Ina stacked up. They're both staring at this pile of hay in the middle of you. I'm not going to say you immediately see the little bitty pieces of hay floating there because it doesn't make much sense. Mm-hmm. You can give me a perception check with disadvantage so we can see if you happen to notice it. Mm-hmm. Or you can just try and assume where they are and blah, 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 blah.
I motion at Euron, like, you have her?
I'm she's still mid, readying a swing, and just says, and goes, right there, right there.
So then I just move right beside her, and then I just take the spear and just stab at the ground.
Okay. Attack roll disadvantage.
Okay. Alright, and that's a 26. Shit, because my first roll was a 29, which means I had a nat 20. Alright, so 26. Let's do the damage on that. Let's see, that was 6. That's 4 sneak attack die. That's my regular die, so that'd be 5d6. And that's 30 damage.
30 damage. Nice. All right, so Cyanus darts around the corner, locks eyes with you, rolls a little bit to the left, slams out with a Grimstalker. It punctures something in midair. You see blood start trickling down his spear as he rips it back out towards him. You hear... This form is still invisible, but for now, let's see. She needs to make a concentration check. Un momento, por favor. As the blood starts pouring down Grimstalker and he rips it back out, you see her form apparates out of nothingness. The dark robes, a giant wound in her upper left torso, just bleeding profusely down her cloak, puddling on the ground around her. A little bit of hay on her cloak, and she's glaring up at you all in agony and rage. She's seriously hurt.
Shouldn't have tried to poison us.
Is that a science?
Yep.
I didn't know such thing. And you see she kind of disappears momentarily into the silvery mist and then pops back up over the top of you on the roof, directly overhead behind you. And let's see what we're doing here. I need everybody to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Everybody?
Not you, Lycus. Sorry, everybody down there.
Okay. 14.
14. Okay. You would have a well. No, this wouldn't be a dexterity save, so you would not have advantage.
25.
25. Okay, so you save
4.
4. Okay, so let me roll this real quick. I needed extra dice. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
All right, so Ina and Cyanus, and you're on. You see the silvery mist, and then you hear above you. You turn and look, and the silvery mist reappears there, and you see her hands are outstretched, and she mutters some arcane words, and all of a sudden this bright silvery blue cone rushes out on top of you, sleet pelting your skin, cold biting and burning at your body. You're on. You take half damage. It's 39 cold damage to Ina and Cyanus.
Then I'm down.
19? 19 to me?
That would be, yes, 19 to you. You're on.
Ow.
Yeah, I'm down.
This cone encompasses that entire alleyway, freezing everything around you. You see Cyanus put his shield up to try and get out of the way, and he slowly freezes over, his skin turning to ice into this combat-ready statue, frozen in place. And as the sleet and the snow and the hail starts to dissipate in the air around you, you hear footsteps on the roof above you. They seem to be headed off away from you in the direction of the main street. That is her turn. Mark that off. And sorry, Ina, you're up.
Can I see her?
You cannot currently see her, no.
I'm going to, I guess. Fuck. Okay. Do I know that Cyanus has a healer? Do I know Cyanus has a healer's kit on him?
I do.
It's reasonable that you would know that. Everything on him is currently frozen solid, though.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He's a giant ice statue.
Ina, I've got him.
Okay. All right, then I am going to, I guess, run along the ground where I can hear her? Can I hear her or?
You can take an action, try and follow the footsteps. You know that she was almost directly above you, to the west, towards the main street, and then you heard the footsteps on the roof kind of echo, fade out, going in that direction. She's on the roof somewhere next to you, headed towards the main street as best you can tell, without having to take an action and try and pause and listen to all that craziness.
Okay, so am I going the right way?
You are.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my longbow, just have it ready in case I see her. But I can't really do anything else.
Okay, you got it. You're on. You're up.
So, just so I'm clear, Cyanus is encased in ice right now.
He seems to be a solid block of ice. Well, not he. Lycus, when he was petrified, was stone. Cyanus, same thing as ice.
Oh god.
So he's not an ice cube encased in an
Correct.
ice cube. He's just frozen.
Yes. Shield up, Grimstalker out. There's a grimace of fear and anger on his face, glistening in the light.
Would I be able to open up his bag, I'll break it if I have to. Can I?
You could try. You might break the bag itself and the contents inside.
Shit. Alright.
Yeah, it's not like a layer of ice is over him.
I'm trying to work out how to
He and his
rationalize.
possessions are ice.
Yeah, because I have a healer's kit. I can use it on. I'm trying to work out if I could use it on him or how I could make that work.
Probably not much you can do until there's a way to thaw him out, I would imagine. I don't think healer's kit can compensate for that. Unless you're really creative.
There was a campfire back there, wasn't there?
Yes.
Back where it got fireballed. Okay.
A smoldering one, yes.
That probably got lit on fire when she fireballed the room.
Sure, that's fair.
Yay. Okay. So I will get my arms under Cyanus. I'll look up towards Lycus and just go, I got him. Get the bitch. And I will try and dash if I can. And I'm going to start dragging Cyanus towards that fire so I can thaw him. So I can try and heal him.
Okay. He's heavier because he's ice. Give me an athletics check and you'll be moving at half speed.
I'm okay with that. Alright. Come on, baby. 19.
19? Okay. You loop your arms underneath his so you get a secure hold, and you start tug, and he's half sliding, half ripping up the ground as you drag him along this narrow passageway.
Right.
So go ahead and move. You can both move half speed for you wherever you're going. That's fine.
So if I would I be able to dash?
You can dash,
that possible? Yeah. Okay, so then that would be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'd be up to that door.
Got it. Easy enough. I'll drag him there real quick to make life easy. Anything else?
No, that's all, other than just kind of muttering like, God, you're cold. Ugh.
Lycus, you're up. We're still on the roofs, correct?
Right, so she's
Okay.
on my roof?
She is not on your roof.
Not on my roof. She's on the roof to the south of me? Which roof did she... she dazzled up. I'm assuming Misty stepped. Which one would have popped?
It was a Misty step. Oh, that's rough.
Because
it's kind of a
right
silvery...
below me.
No, she is significantly further away than that. They went down an alley. They were a good 40-50 feet away from you.
Okay, because I don't see anything. Like, I can't see that, so I didn't realize where... I thought the fight was taking place directly below me this whole time.
It was not. No. It was down another 30 feet down another alley.
Like, sweet, they're right around
down and around a corner.
So it's nowhere near me at all.
No.
Okay,
It's reasonable to say... It's reasonable to say that you would have heard the fighting taking place a greater distance off. You would have heard shouting, you would have heard the fireball, you would have heard the magic, but...
Is it to... This whole time, I thought this is where the... Okay, so is it fighting to the west of me, south of me, north of me?
It was to the south of you. It was directly to the south of you.
So it's not in the alley directly to the south of
Correct.
me, it's further south.
Correct.
At the end of the alley, there's a corner. We were around the corner.
All right.
Yeah, he has no idea where any of this stuff is. So I mean,
Well,
it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it's also kind of real. You know.
Yeah.
Would
I
if
Okay, I thought all of this was immediately in my vicinity, and the fireball didn't happen right here?
The fireball did, but then they all ran south from there, down an alleyway. The alleyway that heads south, that's your mouse is right there. They head down that way, and then there's another little alleyway that turns off down there, and that's where the cone happened, and the hay was, and everything else.
Okay, so I would have seen them run that way then.
You would have seen them run that way, yes.
Okay.
would you be able to see her misty step onto the roof?
So
It's
that's
really
my
dark
question.
over the. I would say
that's fine. If it's too dark, then no, then that's fine.
Well, you know, I'm gonna give it I'll give it a perception check because Ina was lighting up everything with her symbol, so it's possible.
I was ready in an action if I saw her to shoot. That's what I really want to know too.
That's fine. It'll be hard, but it's possible. So let's get a perception check and see.
Okay. Disadvantage or regular?
This would have been visible with the light, so we'll say it's regular. It's just gonna have a high DC because of all the
That's fine. I
circumstances.
got a 9. It ain't gonna work.
Okay, no.
I might have saw something, but it can't.
You do see the light emanating down there from Ina's jewel, though, coming up from behind the alleyway. So that gives you an idea where everything was at.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And Cyanus was over to my right. I see him in I saw that. All right, I'm gonna just go as far as I can to the south here to get to that alley.
Okay.
I'll let you have to move it.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Do you want to dash or not?
Yeah, I want to dash because I have to dash to do something.
Okay, I will say you are right here.
Okay.
And you can move your dancing lights. You still have 5 feet if you want to try and, at the last moment, jump across the roof. But if you do that, you're done.
This dancing light is in the house. I can't get it out.
I got it.
All right, so that one's with them.
So bonus action, move dancing lights. You use your action to dash down there. You come up to the ledge. You have a little bit of movement left. You glance down. You see Ina, the jewel blazing. You see all the frost-covered area of the alley off to your left. Well, to the east, I should say. It's easier to do it that way.
Yeah, I can't see that. I can't see in the alley.
I'll put you down there. Easy enough.
Okay, that works. So I'm looking down in the alley. Do I see anything? Obviously no. So I'm assuming she's to the south of me on the roof.
I mean, that's probably fair. She's somewhere in the general vicinity, and that's the only reasonable place she could have gone if she's not in the alley. She's either on the roof across from you or the one catty corner to you.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just keep pushing south next turn.
Okay. I'm going to put you up on the roof just so I know where you are and I don't get confused with that. I'll leave your dancing light down there. All right, so, Cyanus, you... Septia's turn. Oh man.
I see a hand behind your curtain.
All right. Let me still check for her. All right, Ina. You hear this strange kind of arcane sound, very similar to the sound that was created in the rift of magical energy when Septia first became invisible on the cart. And then you hear footsteps doom, 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 softly on the roof above you, headed in a direction away from you, kind of towards the south-southeast. I will say you hear that. Lycus, using your previous perception check, I'll say no, you don't. Ina, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to wonder why she went invisible again when she was already invisible.
No, when she got stabbed by Grimstalker, she became visible. And she was hurt badly.
Oh.
She lost concentration on that spell.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the footsteps that I hear.
Okay, so you're gonna follow the main road south.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just listen and see if I catch up or not. That's as far as I can go.
Okay, that's your normal movement speed, correct?
Yes.
Okay, are you gonna make a perception check to try and figure it out, or quick glance, or?
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
16.
16. As you're passing that alleyway you just passed off to the east, you get to that building, you keep going down, you hear a gunk, 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 a wooden sound from the alleyway you passed. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where it's coming from, but it was in that direction. Does that make sense?
The alleyway that I passed? I didn't pass one. Oh. This one up here?
No. This one right here. When you you
Oh.
passed it, and then you heard some sounds echoing from the direction of that alleyway after you passed it.
Okay.
There are sounds down there. I'm trying not to be too cryptic.
Yeah, well.
Kind of hard dealing with just sounds and no sight.
Do I see any of my party members?
Right now, no. Not at all.
Okay. I'm going to
You see a light on a roof. That's me over there.
You can see some lights there periodically dancing all across these rooftops.
I'm gonna bonus action rage.
Okay. On rages.
And that'll be it.
All right. That means you're up.
Okay. So I'm just sitting here quietly, just going, hoping, like, okay, come on, guys, you got her. And then, so 5, 10, 15. Wow, what the hell? I think I'm gonna have to. So I will dash with my action. So 20, 25, and let's go. I'll put myself there. So 30.
Don't burn your action for that. I mean, it's literally just turning around. Not a big deal.
Okay, yeah. Basically, I could get to there. I want to get him. I don't want to burn him. This is the problem. I want to get him as close as I can to the fire.
That's fine. Him being directly on the fire in the map doesn't mean he's directly on the fire in the imagination.
I want him as close to the fire as I can. I will, because I know it's burning left from the fireball. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 sticks off it. If there's like an unburnt end, I'm going to kind of like, drop it on the other side of him and try and like heat him up as best I can. And as soon as, and I guess the closest readied action I guess I'll do, if it'll let me, is as soon as he's thawed enough that I could apply a healing, like a healer's kit, and try and warm him up, patch up any wounds, anything, I'm doing it. Okay,
so this is what we're going to do. Real world will take a significant amount of time to thaw out a body. This isn't the real world. So we're going to make it, we're going to have to say you have 3 successes. We're going to make them medicine checks, 15 or higher. And once you get 3 15 or higher medicine checks, he has thawed out enough for you to try and save his life. Does that make sense? Otherwise, he'd be sitting there by the fire for like 30 minutes.
Okay. Whew. So, medicine check number 1.
If you fail, nothing happens. You just have to get 3 to
that is
change
a 15
his status.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's 1 success. You track that now.
Okay, that is. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a note on my phone so I can remember. But yeah.
Good there?
Yeah, I'm good. That'll be it.
You're up.
All right, you jump it across.
All right. So,
Athletics or acrobatics or what?
Yeah, just for fun. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's a 10. I slipped on a gutter.
Your hoof catches the lip on the other side, and you stumble for a second, pop up, look around, nobody saw you, send the dancing light forward, and continue going.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that you are up on the lip of that ledge above you.
Yep.
And looking down, you see a ladder off to your right-hand side. You see a little bit of coil of rope on the ground directly in front of you. a little bit of a plaza off to your left. You know that the light from Ina is popping up over a building catty corner to you, but you can't really see Ina from your perspective. If you want to take a closer look around, you're welcome to make a perception check, or you can do something else.
At this point, I'm going to use the bonus action to send a light all over this area real quick, like just swipe, to see if I notice any kind of a blood trail or anything obvious that would give her away.
Okay, easy enough.
Do a quick one. The reason why is because if she's here, I want to cast a spell.
Yep, no worries. So we'll call that, since it's quick, perception check with disadvantage. Also, I think your dancing lights have to stay within 60 feet of you, so kind of...
this light that's over me. The others, they're trailing behind.
Yeah, so I'm just after your turn, just kind of pull them somewhere within 60 feet of you is all I'm saying. Otherwise, I think they dissipate, but
okay.
Not a huge deal. So perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll have to navigate them around.
Yeah, we'll deal with that after.
That's a 14, and that's a 16. 14.
Okay. Dancing light goes up and down the alley, and as it kind of... You see it pass behind a chunk of land directly next to the coiled rope on the ground. You don't see anything on the ground or the building around you, but you see that the light, the ethereal light from this orb passing through, kind of distorts in the shape of a humanoid body before continuing on.
I cast Shatter.
Okay.
I explode this entire alley.
1 second here. What level is Shatter?
Jesus Christ, she's gonna counterspell me. 2nd level.
Okay. Yeah. You go to cast a spell, your words can't find traction, you can't summon the energy.
Alright, I call out where she is, and I'm pointing, and I got the light over her. Or right,
You got it.
I got the light in that spot, and I'll start moving the others here.
Okay. Easy enough.
Where would it be? That I saw it at. Like,
I'm gonna move your light into the square right there.
That's fine.
Okay.
She's on the roof or in the alley? That's in.
She is on the ground. You're still up
Okay,
on the roof.
she is on the ground, so it's right there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I
Fun
call
fact.
out Ina.
You got it. Ina, you hear Lyca shouting, over here, and whatever else you want to say.
Yeah.
Sinus rolled another death saving throw for you. She is up. And she is really, really fucking worried now. All right. So she noticed you cast the spell. You feel the words escape your lips, and suddenly you hear this tink, tink, tink. This sound of almost stone on wood surround you, Lycus, and the air gets frigid cold, and you start getting pelted where all these ice cubes and hard piece of hail slamming down around you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the effect of this hailstorm coming down on top of you. Dexterity save.
18.
18. Nice. Okay, so there's going to be halved. Five bludgeoning damage. That is already halved. It was 10. And then 11. I'm sorry, I can't math right now. 11 cold damage as all this hail starts punching holes in the roof around you, slamming into your skin. You get frigid. Your skin starts to burn really, really, really badly. And This entire conical area around you is just pelting. You would see and hear this too, Ina. And the ethereal form, you see it dart past the globe, heading off to the east.
What's that spell?
That was metagame knowledge or Lycus knowledge?
Metagame.
Metagame, that was Ice Storm.
Isn't that a concentration spell?
No.
Okay, disregard. I thought it was another one. I'm sorry. I was confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute. I think I know what you're casting, but no.
Yeah, no. That was Ice Storm. Lycus does not know what that spell is. Unless you really want to make an arcane check.
No.
Okay.
I Lycus won't know shit about that. Fucking cold spell. That's what that is.
It hurts the skin. I know, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to back my ass up to the alley where I heard stuff.
You see Lycus up there on the roof. Hail finally stops falling. You see these giant ice crystals on the ground around you, and Lycus is kind of holding his head and pointing in the direction of the dancing light orb you see in front of you. You gonna say something, Lycus?
That's a 40-foot cylinder.
Mm-hmm.
That is a massive AoE. How did she not hit herself with that? That's 40
foot tall, right?
No, it's a 20-foot radius. That's 20 feet left, right, up, down, 40 foot in total, 20 feet to my west, 20 feet to my east.
She had casted it.
Because I'm on the roof. She's in the alley. She's got a narrow opening.
Yeah, but she didn't cast it directly on you. Let me draw a grid for where I was doing it.
What point would she have been able to visibly see? The sky?
I mean, that is fair. They can do that, and you can do that too. Can you see this?
Can I see what? I'm going to assume no.
There. Can you see that?
Okay, I see. Okay. So she did it in the alley way over yonder.
That's where she centered it to avoid nailing herself, yes.
Okay. That makes more sense, because that's why I was curious. I was like, where the hell would she have centered this spell at?
I've had to be really, really careful with Fireball and everything else.
I see that. No, you're doing great. That's
no issue with you checking me.
Sorry to interrupt, Ina. I was very confused.
Okay. Can I see her?
If you want to take an action, you want to take an action to look, she's still invisible.
No, I'm telling her she's where my light is.
Right. If you don't see anything,
out.
Right. You see Lycus pointing to that one spot. You don't see anything there except for his dancing light. I will tell you that. But I mean, she's invisible, so take that for what it's worth. If you want to look around, action, quick glance with disadvantage.
No, I'm going to shoot my longbow at the light.
Okay.
Uh, 17.
17. Passes through the dancing light. Slams into the wood behind it. Doesn't seem to hit anything living.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm done.
You done?
Yep.
All right. You're on. Still trying to revive Sinus?
Yeah, I have no idea that it's not going well, so...
It could be going well. You have no idea.
That is a nat 1.
Okay. So that doesn't count as a success, but there's no visible signs. It's just, this is kind of simulating how fast you're able to get him to thaw.
Yeah. Because I don't want to leave him, because I don't know if he'll revive. I don't know if Lutheria is going to suddenly go, nope, now is time. You're hurting one of my
You can totally have that conversation with your fellow party members after the fight's over.
Oh, God. Yeah, no.
That's a great character conversation to have.
Yeah, no, just gonna sit there and yeah.
Okay. Lycus, you're up.
What the fuck? I've been watching that spot. She didn't run away, splashing sounds, anything like that.
I'll let you get a general perception check. You did see her pass in front of the orb. Like, you saw it kind of shift.
Left, right, south.
To the east. So
To the east,
right on the map.
Towards the, okay. Fuck.
Invisibility is a bitch.
It is. This is greater invisibility. This ain't regular invisibility. Because I know how regular invisibility works. All right.
It's pretty powerful.
I'm gonna parkour this. I'm seeing that ice storm counterspell. This bitch is a fucking fight. I'm going to parkour to this roof.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna parkour to this roof. So
Okay.
in total, that was 5, 10, 15.
Let's say 20.
Are we counting the jump? Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
saying
5,
20.
10, 15, and 20. 20-ish, 15, 20, something like that.
Okay. Let me spread these out. Moving my dancing lights, excuse me. So, and then I'm going to get to the edge here. I'm going to dash.
Okay.
Because I have no idea where I'm facing or doing here. As far as where to attack. And I'm looking around. So I want to look and see if any doors open, that kind of thing. I know you're doing perception check. We've already done it. It's just, this is...
Nothing obvious sticks out.
That's what I want to get to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I'm just perched up here listening and looking.
Oh, ignore that AoE. So you're kind of over here on the roof is what you're saying?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, tracking. Just keeping you line of sight, buddy. All right. Whew. That's good. All right, from directly in below you, somewhere in the immediate area around you, Lycus, you hear and see. You hear like a rapid footstep, like somebody taking off at a sprint, and you see some dirt kick up from directly below you. And we're back to Ina.
Can I call that out?
Yeah, you can call it out.
Okay.
A lot
I
what?
call out and point. You'd have to show her where the point is, where I'm pointing.
He's pointing. It was kind of right there at the corner, right beneath where Lycus is. Let me draw a little.
Was she running? I guess is what I'm. That's
Yeah,
where I heard her.
you
That's where I
got that impression. You saw dirt kick up like she took off one direction or another. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming we got cobblestone. We got some hobnob boots here. I don't know. You tell me what I can tell Ina as far as helping this out.
You definitely saw movement right beneath you. Just for fun, you give me a perception check to see if you can kind of discern which direction that movement was going, because there's just like a flash of dirt kicking up. I know if you want to get over there and try and figure it out, you're welcome to make a survival check to track it.
10. I just keep rolling 8s and 9s.
10 isn't going to do it. I'm sorry, buddy.
That's fine.
Stealth checks with advantage are a bitch when you're invisible.
Yep.
All right, Ina. So the corner directly below. Did you see where I put that grid at? That circle right there. Okay, so that's where he's pointing down at, that area.
That's where I saw her last, or I
Yeah.
detected her last. I don't know where she went from here.
And you didn't hear anything passing by you, Ina. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, so I'm going to move here.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot my arrow, I guess, off the map, but I'm going to add Thunderwave to it. So any creature within a 15-foot cube originating from me must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And you're going to have it originating from you. No, it's originating from the point of impact of the arrow, correct? That's how that's working with your feature?
On my sheet, it says originating from you.
Yeah, that's the Thunderwave spell, but I'm pretty sure your feature means that when you shoot the arrow, wherever it hits, that's the center of the Thunderwave effect. Does that make sense? Because it's hitting so hard.
All right, then I'm going to back up and I'm going to shoot where I was standing. To where I was standing.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to do that, you would know there's a risk of catching Lycus in this. He'd have some cover. He'd probably get advantage on it or whatever because he's up on the roof, but that's only a 10-foot tall roof.
Okay. All right. I'll just check for tracks then.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
8.
8. It's pretty apparent that you can't see where exactly they're headed, but that initial push off, you can see was headed south.
Okay. All right. So I'll just say she's headed south.
She's running like a rat in a maze.
Oh no! Actually, I'm gonna continue and take my rest of my movement speed.
Okay, easy enough. You get down there, glance left, glance right. You see a torch. Don't see any people. You see some people off in the distance. Obviously, not what you're interested in. Just letting you know that there are some people moseying about 100, 150 feet away, but nothing else strikes you right now. You're on medicine check.
Josh, I don't. I'm out of healing potions.
All right, don't yell it at me.
Sorry, I'm panicking. That was a natural 20, so.
We'll say that counts for 2 successes. So you get the bulk of his torso thawed out, his head, his neck, his limbs are still frozen, but you could try to go ahead and try and stabilize him. You have your healing kit, it'll be automatic. So his limbs are kind of blue and everything. He's in bad condition, but through the magic of D&D and healing kits,
and for extra measure, I'll wrap him up in a blanket.
We're gonna say he's stable. He really can't do much because he's still halfway frozen, but yeah, that's fine. He's stable, which is really good.
Okay. And then then I still have my movement. I'm just gonna kind of tuck him in, pat him, and just be like, okay, don't die. And then I'm gonna run my full 30 feet towards the fight. So I have 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, because, okay, he's not dead. Now I can figure out what's going on.
You got it. All right. I'll figure out where you are. Okay, I see you now. Lycus, you're back up.
I'm gonna run south. See if I see anything. Full perception check.
All right, go for it. She's running scared. She's almost out of spells. It's not good.
Another fucking 8.
Okay. Anything else, buddy?
Nope.
Okay. Cyanus, you're stable. Where are you going to run at on that roof, Lycus? I moved your token on top of the roof itself.
Yep, to the edge, to the south.
Right there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Lycus and Ina, you hear this sound of branches bending and twigs snapping off to the west of you, 20 or 30 feet. You glance in that direction and you see Septia now rising up off the ground and flying in the direction of the harbor waters themselves. She's flying straight up at this point. Not I say straight up. Just gonna have to trust me on elevation. She's gonna be about 40 feet off the ground and about 20 feet in the direction of the water. I'm gonna leave her right here, but know that she's actually 5 feet further. Doesn't matter. Okay, so she's flying away. Her cloak's flapping in the dark sky. It's very hard to see her. She's just barely leaving the limits of that torchlight beneath her. And that's the end of her turn. Ina, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to run towards her and shoot at her with my bow now, with a thunderous shot.
Okay. We'll call that a regular attack roll. Because she is visible, she's barely in the torchlight. It should be good, hopefully.
Okay, so a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And obviously there's a modifier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure. It matters for shield. Okay, so whip back, arrow streaks up. She turns at the last minute. She goes like she's about to cast Arcane Shield one last time, but the arrow's too fast. It catches in her side. A thunderous blast ricochets, shattering sound all around you. Go ahead and roll for all the various damages, and let me know if there's any other effects.
So my longbow is going to do 10 damage,
Okay.
and then it's on 2 different slides. Okay. I lost my thunder shot now that I got
That's
off the
okay.
page.
Not a big deal. She's done anyway. I was gonna give you a chance to roll all that awesome damage.
Oh well, she has to roll a Constitution saving throw.
That was a 1. Doesn't even matter. Anything more intense, she was dead anyway. So
Oh, okay.
I assumed she was gonna take some damage. So arrow flies up, nails into her side. The cacophonous reverberates and echoes throughout the warehouse district all around you. She kind of stumbles around for a little bit in the air, topsy-turning, flipping left and right and falling over, and then slowly and then faster and faster starts to spiral towards the ground before landing with a sickening thud and dust flying up all around you, just beneath the torchlight off to the right-hand side of where you hit her in the air. She's like barely moving, barely clinging on to life. Mechanically, she's dead, but she's in the process of bleeding out. So, FYI to you, we're going to remove initiative lock at this point. What are y'all doing?
I'm running in the direction of that extremely loud noise, and I'm
You got it.
grimacing the whole time at the fact that that was an extremely loud noise.
You
I'm
got
just
it.
gonna stand looking at her die, watching her die.
You see her arms contorted back in an odd angle. It looks like maybe some pieces of finger either sheared off when she hit the roof or the explosion itself did it. Her cloak is in tatters. She's bleeding from that massive wound in her torso and the one on her shoulder from the Grimstalker earlier. Her eyes are kind of glassing over and she's looking at you with hatred and almost this strange contorted sense of pity. That's where we're going to take a break.
I want to save sacrificing someone to Kentamane for whenever we give someone a huge case of the hands.
Yeah, that's true too, huh?
You chase of the hand, sacrifice to Kentamane.
Except we might need the favor from Kentamane to be able to give someone the hands.
Relatively soon.
I kind of want the poetic scene of if we sacrifice someone to Kentamane, let us be near one of the hands of Kentamane.
Oh.
So we can have like stab them and have like the blood dripping down the stone.
Okay, Vlad.
Oh shit!
There was literally
Like
no
that.
good place to jump in, just so y'all know. We swapped back over. I was trying to stop y'all, but y'all kept rolling. So
No,
you're welcome to continue the conversation, just so y'all know. Hey, everybody, we're back. Thank you for hanging out, and hope you had a good break.
So
Y'all go
I
ahead.
vote. I vote Lutheria in this case.
We're trying to determine who to sacrifice this body to. This killed for. So Euron is saying who?
Lutheria.
Cyanus?
I'm over in the corner.
Austin.
Mental me.
Austin. What do you think?
I mean, I'm good with doing Lutheria.
Okay. You're Ina.
Yeah, I'm good with Lutheria too, just
All
for
right.
the irony of it.
But before we sack her,
Yeah,
we
I
should
want to
probably question her.
Yeah, I'm gonna rummage through this and
You're probably gonna have to like do some healing because I don't think she has a ton of time left.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep her alive.
Okay.
It's like, oh, she's out. Back up. Out. Back up.
I'm just imagining you pulling like a Cyanus, like raising your hand, and then healing word, and just being like, "Get the fuck up!" Slap.
Maybe.
What? You slapped someone? That was my thing.
Right. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
All right, DM.
go.
So you're on the dark streets of the warehouse district here in the harbor area. You have dancing lights, 4 little green globules lightly illuminating the area around you. You see the orangish reddish light emanating from the jewel in the center of Ina's armor. The thunder wave, the cacophonous sound, has definitely attracted the attention of some people off in the darkness somewhere here in the warehouse district. You hear shouts of alarm, and you see them on the fringes of your vision and out there in the darkness moving around trying to figure out where it came from. As you all stand together over the rapidly fading body of Septia.
All of us?
Whoever is there.
Can I retcon briefly and say, like, when I started to run over, that I, like, lugged Cyanus over my back, or started to run and went, I should probably have something to show that we got our asses beat.
We'll say for fun and for narrative consistency that Cyanus, if you guys all want to be around in this conversation, Cyanus could have finished thawing and come back to consciousness and joined you, although he is in really, really bad shape right now.
Lean on me.
So
I just roll up, my face is all swollen. I just look like I just got this shit kicked out of me.
Frostbite all over. Blood is forming a very large pool and mixing with the dirt of this main road here in the district. The torchlight shining overhead reflecting on her eyes that are now bright blue, a little bit of red flickering here and there. Her breathing is getting shallow and rapid. Her skin is even more pale than you're used to. The cowl of her hood kind of fallen off to the side. Her hair bedraggled and scattered in many different directions, and her eyes are darting back and forth. Again, with that simultaneous sense of fury and contemptuous pity as she clings to life.
I'm gonna look at her and just be like, how dare you look upon me with such eyes? You attempt to kill me this day when I visit you in your own temple by poisoning that cup of wine. How dare you?
You know nothing. You pathetic fool. We didn't try to poison you. This is what this is about. You have brought doom upon your heads and all that you stand for over an idiotic move, a brash assault on the Temple of Lutheria.
I'm sorry, I missed all that.
We're the ones feeling doom right now.
My mistress awaits. I have earned my rewards.
You fought well, but not well enough. And then I take out the spear and jab it straight into her throat. And this one's for you, Lutheria.
Blood starts bubbling out of her mouth and out of the spear hole. You see the frothy mixture of air and blood mixing as it foams over both sides, and she jerks violently for several seconds before suddenly, unexpectedly lying perfectly still. Her eyes fixated on something in the dark heavens above, in her final rest.
I go through her bags.
So fucking lootly.
I'm going to go up. I'm going to kind of set Cyanus and just be like, you good? You good?
Yeah, just really fucking cold.
Yeah.
I'll give him my cloak, and then I'm going to go up to the people who've gathered. I'm going to...
Wait, do we have a gather around us? I thought she said they were showing up.
Well, there's
around.
people starting to... Are there people actually in the darkness? Can I see them? Or are they just like just voices?
I don't know, he's
You're muted.
Yeah, and he's
I
not
think he's talking
to
to
us.
a
He's
kid.
probably talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think crowd
yeah.
control is a very good idea. You're
Well,
on.
I thought he said that they hadn't arrived here around us yet. They're on the fringes.
Yeah, they're not in your immediate vicinity. They're
Yeah, so nobody knows we're here yet.
Figure 100 feet away, 50 feet down an alley. There's people trying to figure out what's going on.
Never mind looting. Someone pick her up, get her off the street, clean off the blood. We need to go now.
Would that spear have cleaned all that blood out?
That's actually a really good question.
Doesn't quite work like that.
Well, you said it thirsts for blood, and
it will. It'll pick up some of it, but it's not going to suck up gallons and gallons of it.
I didn't know I didn't know what kind of spear we were talking. Like, it charges up with blood.
It's a thirsty bitch.
Thirsty bitch. Yeah, I would say.
Quote of the night: the spear is a thirsty bitch.
I would say, yeah, I'm with you exactly. Let's grab her. Get back to the cart they showed up on. Let's get homeboy in the cart and get the fuck out.
Since y'all are trying to rapidly and quickly escape without being detected.
Yeah, and my dancing lights, all but one, will disappear. And I'll be like, Ina, kill your light.
Okay, I'll kill it.
Okay. Everybody give me a stealth check. I'll average them out.
Cyanus, don't forget you have my bardic inspiration.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't think I really need it.
Actually, Joey, important question.
Yeah.
So, I know I got the breastplate. Would I still be wearing armor underneath it? Like, because I'm basically asking because I know the breastplate of Mitros does not give me disadvantage on stealth, but the chainmail does. So I'm asking if.
No, the breastplate replaces the chainmail.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So I know if I need to roll a disadvantage or not.
Now, you're welcome to have chainmail on underneath for aesthetics, but mechanically.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
23.
23?
I was feeling really lucky to have a 20.
Okay.
17?
Okay.
And it's going to be like a 4.
Rolled a 1.
Fuck.
Not a natural 1. Not a natural 1. I rolled a 2, and I have disadvantage.
She's
That's
a
okay.
horse.
A negative
we'll just throw a blanket over her head.
Now you see Ina still coming down from the adrenaline-fueled rage, and she starts stamping off and almost knocks a cart full of barrels off to the side and rapidly, woo! And you save her from making a little bit of a mistake. You quickly pick up the corpse, bring it over to the cart, take Trellis, throw it back on there, kick around any mud and dirt as much as you can to obscure the blood and everything, and
Did you press
mount the
digitation to
horses.
ground?
Who's
And you
Press the digitation to the ground.
beautiful?
in both spots.
Clean up.
Who's driving the cart?
I mean, I can drive the cart. I'll throw a cloak over. Well, it's nighttime, so we'll just get the hell out of Dodge at nighttime. Yeah, I'm not going to try and be... Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna try and book it out, or you're gonna try and quietly creep along the street?
If there's people... If it depends on the situation. If the crowds are, oh shit, they're getting close, we got to go. If we can sneak through, then yeah, we'll sneak through.
You feel like either option is viable?
Sneak
They're
through.
they're close enough. Okay, give me an animal handling check to try and keep the horses calm and quiet.
Oh, I got this. I love animals. That's a 6.
Whenever you say that, I know the roll is bad.
All right, so a little too many whinnies as you're trying to back them up and go back the main way, and you kind of bump the cart a few times. God damn it! Looking around, you make your way back up. After a couple dozen feet, you see somebody come out from the alley looking left and right, and they catch your gaze. A regular dock worker, a female elf, seems kind of rough, pretty strong, hair kind of shaved on one side, coming to the other. She looks at you. You can tell from her vantage point she can't see inside the cart or anything, but she catches your eye and looks at each of you as you pass on, and then turns and walks down the street in the direction that you just came from. A couple more instances like that as you exit this district of Mitros before you find your way back around the harbor into Stygian Row and all the people staying off the main roads. And where are you going with the cart?
Weren't we gonna dump bodies in the harbor?
Hold on. So let's say we get to can we get to a point where it's kind of like, okay, crowd kind of dispersed, or we feel like, okay, hold on, let's take a second here, and I want to look at them and say, okay, one of two options, because I know people have seen us now. Let's bring them back to the cult of Lutheria church and say, you need to save your people. Or, which they can't do because we'll make sure of it, or we hope that the accusations don't fly that we kill them. At least one way we have no, we were bringing them back to save them. We found them like this. They were supposed to meet us. They were supposed to meet us at the warehouse. They were ambushed. We tried to bring them back to be saved.
We found them like this.
We found them like that. We heard a commotion in the, up the way from the warehouse kind of thing. We went to investigate. That puts us, that way we guarantee we're putting us near the scene. And as many people just saw us try to get out of here, I feel like you can't really hide the fact that Ina's running alongside a cart with the Church of Lutheria, or Cult of Lutheria stamped on the side.
That's actually a really good plan.
That
Okay.
is,
That's a surprisingly roguey plan.
I like it.
as a guard, I agree that I would let you off with that's plausible.
I may have tinkered around with the law back in my youth. Another story. Sam, did you find anything good in there? And I'm like, let's make sure they stay dead.
Maybe go at a decent, not a slow clip, but a decent one.
Yeah, I'll give it a moderate trot.
Okay. They are investigating and going back to the Temple of Lutheria, correct?
I'm gonna bring this back to the Cult of Lutheria. Not excited to. And they're gonna go through their bags and everything.
Get out.
Before we get there, one of y'all better get the fuck off this cart with the goods.
Cyanus, because you're injured, and otherwise we'll have to explain why you look like shit.
Yeah.
They jumped us, and I was there.
No. You take the loot and you get the fuck off this cart.
I got you.
And they haven't. I haven't been in that temple either, so.
Oh, let me
You can-
cure him. Well, yeah, let me also cure him. I'll kind of reach over to a lay on hands. Let's see. That'll be a level. Oh, I do have level 3 spells. Oh, that's right. It needs to be cure wounds level 3. Cyanus, go ahead and take a 10 healing.
I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Alright.
yeah.
All right.
Let me carry one of them in, so because they haven't seen me
And-
before, and so I can. They know who I am, but less plausible. And more
all right,
plausible than. Yeah.
So, whenever we get to a point, I'll get off the cart.
Head
You guys
back to
want me
the
to
inn.
just like head back to the inn, just like through the sewers, or what?
Yeah, whatever the safest, most secure route is, you get in there and you just wait for us.
All right.
Stash whatever we find, it all.
Can do.
but stash this shit.
Can do.
Fence it if you know somebody.
Oh, plant the note! Plant the note! Plant the note in the corpse! Like I'm trying. Plant the note in the corpse so they think this was a hit by
Voices down. Voices
I-
down, but yes.
Ah!
He's just aggravated whispering at me. I got you. So yeah, gonna go right through their corpses,
All
plant
right.
the note, and
And I need an investigation check, please.
that'll be a 14.
Okay. And if you're trying to be fancy
Reverse.
about planting the note, like somewhere kind of where it seems like it might be a little bit hidden or something, you can have a sleight of hand check, or you can just shove it in a pocket for free.
Shove it in the throat wound.
Then it might
Yeah,
not
here's
be
a death
legible.
threat put in the throat.
It might not be legible if
I
it's
can
covered in
press
blood.
the digitation the blood for him.
The
No.
wound will keep bleeding.
I'll reverse pickpocket them and one of their into one of their cloaks or
No big deal. It's easy. They're dead.
As we get closer to Stygian Row, I will look at like Lycus and I'll just say, speed up as we get closer to the temple, so we look like we're actually like we're trying to help.
Yeah,
Okay.
we probably should like try to make noise the closer we get to the temple.
Okay,
just
so I pop the dancing lights all around us. You attach them, to the edge of the thing, and I call it, get away!
And then I tuck and roll off.
Before we accelerate, we will come to a brief slowdown near a turn, and he can tuck and roll out.
Okay. So let's go back a little bit. What you find on the corpses?
It's going to be like a 30-foot spear. You tuck and roll what?
They largely came...
pole vault.
They were traveling pretty light because they were coming to see you or whatever reason. They didn't have a whole lot on them. They had a little bit of coin, which is 8 gold, 14 silver. I know somebody's copying this down.
I
So
gotcha.
I'm trying to go slow. 8 gold, 14 silver, and 23 copper. On Septia, there is a key ring, relatively simple looking keys, unremarkable. About 5 or so of them.
Yeah.
Regular bronze. There seem to be some missives, some letters. Maybe they made pit stops along the way or were planning on making pit stops on the way back. Nothing really incriminating or sorry, lost train of thought. Nothing incriminating or remarkable. It just seemed to be general communication between the big wine merchant families and people that benefit the Temple of Lutheria and vice versa. Cordial type stuff. Nothing really remarkable there, but you have them. There's some names on them if you're interested.
Okay.
Really,
Yeah,
that's really it besides knickknacks and bloodstained clothes.
Yeah, I'll take the letters, put them in my bag, get the key ring.
Oh,
also put it in my bag.
they each also have a silver. It's weird.
Like a brooch.
Medallion, pendant.
I'm getting there. It's like a weird alloy of silver and onyx or some other black metal. It looks kind of like onyx, and it's 2 necklaces with the medallion in the shape of the symbol of Lutheria on them. So there's 2 of those.
I'll leave those on the body because that seems like something that would actually be like significant to the church.
You got it. Okay, so that's what you find on them. Now to make your tuck and roll for fun, acrobatics check, please.
All right, with my plus 10,
Yeah.
that's a 22.
Don't tell that to the guy who can set the DC. Oh, you needed a 25.
It was a
You tucked
23,
right into another
damn.
horse.
Oh, I needed a 30. Fuck.
Yeah,
Well, the way Lycus drives sometimes.
you never know.
So they slow down around a corner, clipping, and you see an alley. You dart through, tumble in a little bit, kind of rock up against a wooden barrel, and look around real quick. Scurry off into the darkness.
And
So-
I head back to the inn.
You head back to the the Titan's Rest Inn.
Yep.
Okay, you got it. Everybody else?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the city and go back to Astoria.
Bye.
It's been 2 weeks, man. Cut me some slack.
As we get close to the temple, I will as soon as we start to slow, I will hop off the cart and I will put on my best, slightly panicked, actually my genuinely, oh fuck, I think we might be found out, freaked out, a freaked out face. I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna bang on a door in the temple and just say, something's happened, and Trellis, Septia, someone please.
Okay. You charge toward the door, bang on it, it flies open. You see a decent amount of people in there, maybe a dozen or so, a mixture of commoners, some nobles, and cultists themselves, all drinking in their nightly ritual of debauchery and excess in the name of Lutheria. You shout that out. You see one of them slam down a bronze goblet and rush toward the door. What are you speaking of? What's happened?
We were doing some investigating down by the harbor, and we heard this commotion, and it found them like this. I fuck. Fuck, I don't know. They're bleeding badly.
God, she's terrible with the stories. You already fucked it up, Ina.
God, I'm sorry.
script.
Arya's not good at this.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No, you're perfectly fine. I'm just telling this to Ina, like, that's not the plan. What the fuck is that script?
Alice, Gudrun, come. And 3 cultists rush out and they grab the bodies and drag them, their feet dragging on the ground, pulling them in, pulling them
Be
into.
careful, they're dead. They're not gonna be happy.
Pulling him into the temple. He looks up at you with a very sinister glare. The other cultists start rushing out, all the commoners and everybody else, pushing them out. Praise be to Lutheria, come back tomorrow, or close for the night, fuck out. They clear off the altar in the front, and they put Septia up on top, and then they push several of the chairs together, the small benches, and put trellis on them. And the head cultist is looking at Septia, and another one seems to be checking out trellis. And they're using herbs, they're pouring some liquids down their throats. They seem to be muttering in a strange tongue that none of you understand. And this scene goes on, this frantic, hectic scene goes on for 3 or 4 minutes before finally the main one that rushed up to you when you're on busting the door kind of puts his head down and pushes off the one next to him that was helping him and walks over to the body of Trellis and puts his hand on their shoulder and whispers something in their ears, and they depart and you go down the hallways on either side in this main chamber in the Temple of Lutheria. He wrings his hands and kind of wipes them on his black robes, now bloody and covered in whatever strange herbs and liquids they were performing these rituals with. And he walks over to, I'm assuming you're all still there. Are you all still there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I know Euron came in. What are you two doing?
Oh, I followed Euron in.
Okay.
I still look worried, because I am.
Yeah, like I'm as close to the altar with Septia just so I can make sure she doesn't come back from the dead.
Oh, God, it stood up!
Yeah, basically. So while they're chanting and stuff, I'm kind of just like, they're like, watching.
Okay. Lycus, where were you at? Muted.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to try and be as close as I can to it as well, as far as they'll let us. Be like, please don't stand up.
So whatever they're doing does not seem to have any physical effect that you can see or discern. It seems to be more of a ritualistic, natural healing type thing in combination with their own little culty type rituals, for lack of a better term. Nothing magical really going on here.
I'm going to turn to Lycus and be like, I thought Lutheria was much more powerful than this. But in like a super concerned, like, I can't believe that they can't save them. Like, I thought Lutheria was this amazing, powerful goddess. Or whoever.
Yes, she is a powerful titan. Absolutely. But if it's her will that they can't return, then there's nothing more that can be done.
Everything has a season and a time for every purpose on Thylia.
So do we burn the corpses, or how do y'all do that?
Yes, I swear to God. Sorry, that's Arya.
And this is Joey.
No, this is Lycus. So we burn them. How do y'all handle that for the most respectable sending there is? Yeah.
How many priests or cultists are in with us right now?
It's like 40, probably.
You have seen 4.
Oh. I just want to like start shit talking and be like, did they try their hardest? Though, like, honestly, like maybe this was an inside job. Maybe he wanted their spot or something. Cause I feel like Lutheria could have done something more than just nothing. So I don't know that they're really giving it the old college try.
Euron's like is alternately looking worried. And now that I was saying this, is like just got her face in her hands and it's just like, oh,
I'm gonna pat you on the back, be like, "It's okay, don't cry. It's okay, don't cry, don't cry." I'm like splashing water on her. Don't cry.
And I'm muttering under my breath as like Alexis is saying this. I'm just like, not helping, not helping.
Do you need to go take care of the horses, dear? Go see to the horses.
If I'm being shoved out, yeah, I'll just like.
It's one of those like I'm giving you an out.
Yeah, I'll look towards. I'll wipe.
Take it. But like, go see to the horses. I know this is very emotional for you.
I'll look at if I can. One of the head cultists turns to look because clearly I'm being a spectacle at this point. I'll look at him and genuine expression of like worry and a concern, though granted for other things, but and just go, I'm sorry. I hope they go to rest at your lady's side.
All things are as they should be. If we could not bring them back, it is because the mistress requires their service elsewhere. Thank you for your concern. Nodding over somewhat sarcastically towards Aina.
I'll bow. And then I will, sort of awkwardly sort of wipe my face, and then I will go out towards the horses. And once the door closes and I step away, I'm just gonna go, ah! And then look at the horse and just be like, oh my god, oh my gods, oh my gods, oh my gods. Like
So now there are 3 of these cultists in the immediate area. 2 of them are dressing the bodies in these dark gray and black cloths. Some of them have this small silvery trim on them, kind of glyphs that are scattered throughout, and they're wrapping the bodies in a ceremonious fashion. The leader, the seeming now leader of them, the one who's taking leadership anyway. Please, if you could do us more service, tell us what happened so that we may rectify this transgression.
of course the one telling stories just went off camera.
Well, all I know is that they had asked us to recover some wine for them that wasn't being delivered properly. So we set up a time and a place to meet, and we waited and waited. And then we heard a commotion, and by the time we made it to the commotion, this is what we found. And then we came straight here. People saw us, they can attest to it. We were hoping their God would save them. Fingers crossed behind my back.
Yes, I am aware of the rendezvous that they were supposed to meet you at. We were wondering what was taking so long. Are you sure you saw nothing else?
It is really dark in that district, and I can't see in the dark. So anything past the immediate torchlight was out of my view.
So, based on the last and this current phrasing, I need you to give me a deception check.
Ooh, I rolled a flat 19. And I get a 0 for deception.
His eyebrows,
you beautiful bitch.
his eyebrows furrow a bit as he seems to be considering things in general. You and your friends have visited several times over the past few days. Have you heard or seen of anything else suspicious somewhere we might seek to find the answers that we require?
I know when we went to the vineyard to get the wine, those satyrs did not speak so highly of Septia and Trellis, but I did not get the impression that they were gonna march here and kill them.
That would be quite unusual for them. That's not normally how they accomplish their goals, but perhaps they paid someone else to do their work for them. Some brigands, some of those 5 worshippers.
I don't know. I just
does
know
not
that they
bode
weren't
well for the
happy
city.
that Lutheria's cult wasn't keeping up their end of the bargain with them. That's really all I know about that.
I will have to look into this bargain. Well, please, take this for your trouble. And he hands over a pouch. It seems like it has some coin in it. Thank you for bringing them here and going out of your way and not leaving them to be disrespected among the mucks of the commoners out there. If
They
you
would have done
would,
the same for us, I'm sure.
yes, I'm sure as well. We shall drink and pay homage to Lutheria in their memory. If you would partake with us, one last thing before you go. Otherwise, we have much to attend to tender their bodies and perform the final rites.
I will accept your hospitality.
You see him turn across the room, and the other 2 cultists, now having finished wrapping them up and putting them in a relatively decent state, walk over to the same cask on the side that, Lycus, you remember them filling that cup that you gave to Folon in. And each of them grab a bronze goblet with obsidian decorations and gilding on the sides, showing various symbols of Lutheria and the cult itself. And they all pour 5 goblets full of this wine. And they hand one to each of you. And raise their goblets.
The last time I was given a pour from that, it nearly killed somebody.
Did it now?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was a little bit of a nice joke, but you might want to check that cast.
To the Queen of Dreams. He pours out a libation and takes a sip. Seems fine to me.
I'll sip as well when he toasts.
Okay.
If y'all, as you drink, and if you decide not to pour out a libation to the Lady of Dreams, they look at you very, very sternly.
Oh yeah, I'll mirror what they do.
Okay. Lycus?
Sure. Hey, when in Rome.
Okay.
And I just sacrificed her head bitch to her, so sure. To Lutheria!
A little blood red wine splatters on the ground around all of you, and you sip. It tastes... You would have the only point of reference here, Lycus. It tastes stronger than the wine you had the first time you came here.
Mm-hmm.
And you do get a stronger rush of that slight euphoric feeling.
Yeah, I'm expecting this thing to be poisoned, so it's like I'm just waiting for it at that point, as far as the fungus, that is.
That's fair. So the remaining cultists slowly and methodically drain their cups, not saying much of anything, but seem to be lost in thought, their eyes kind of alternating up and down and looking at each other. I need both of you to give me a Constitution check.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Constitution save.
This is why I left, so I would have to drink.
24.
That's fine. Yeah. Oh, 20. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Like a boss.
What'd you say, Anna?
24.
Okay. So, as these goblets are finished, you see one of the cultists. She looks relatively younger. She has this dark gray skin, almost like a half-orc, but otherwise very, very human-type features. Everything else is kind of shrouded in the cloak and the hood, but she puts her hand on her stomach and kind of doubles over a little bit. You see the head cultist put his hand on her shoulder. You will be accustomed. It takes time. And she turns and walks down a hallway and goes off to the side. The other two reach out and gingerly take your goblets, go over to the side by the cask, wipe them out with a cloth, place them back down.
Wait, it's supposed to be like that? What the fuck was that? This is normal? You serve this to each other? It's poisoned?
It can have a strong effect on those who are unfamiliar with our sacrificial wine, but eventually you become accustomed to it, or those who are particularly hardy, obviously, such as yourselves, don't seem to have issue stomaching it. We also use it to help those that come in who have a habit of drinking far too much wine for their own good, and it helps them to rest through the night and recover from whatever ails them. But as I was saying, the night is long and we have much to do. I thank you again for your generosity in bringing our leaders back to us, and hope you will go with the blessings of Lutheria and spread the word of the Queen of Dreams amongst all you meet.
Okay, bye.
Bow slightly toward you, turn back to what they were doing amongst the altar, allowing you to see yourselves out. As you walk out into Stygian Row, the scene is packed but relatively quiet, kind of sullen. Getting this late in the evening now. You see you're on there with two horses off to the side. The door closes behind you and you hear a metallic latch sound from the door itself. Are you doing anything while all this was going on, Cyanus? I don't want to leave you out, buddy.
No, I was basically just trying to make my way back to the inn as safely and quietly as possible.
Okay. You nothing significant or remarkable happens along the way. You stay pretty well out of sight in the shadows. Nobody really stares at you or anything like that, so you seem to be executing your plan well. Back on Stygian Row, our other party members, what now?
I'm just sitting on petting the horses and all that. Look over and just go. Head back to the inn before we debrief.
Yes.
They make you drink?
Yes.
You two okay?
Yeah.
All right.
You taking the cart and the horses with you, or something else?
The
Well, we
horses are
should
theirs.
leave them there.
That's theirs.
Theirs.
Yeah.
You're
We're not
not.
thieves.
Yeah, we're murderers, not thieves.
We're murderers, not thieves. We have
We have a code.
some sort of a code.
Although it might be best thing for the horses. Shows that.
Okay, so you see a small little half stable off to the side. You pull them around, tie them up real quick. They look like they kind of go there, or at least they'll fit there for the time being.
Yeah.
Fade into the crowd amongst Stygian Row and commence the long, slow walk so as not to draw attention to yourselves. Unless you want to draw attention to yourselves, back to the Titan's Rest Inn. Once you get there, you realize Cyanus is there. Whether he is down in the tavern area amongst the couple of highfalutin people there in the tavern itself, or upstairs is up to him. Folon and Bulbug are upstairs in your room. The scene around you is quiet. You see the barkeep behind, nods to you, seems very tired, like he's had a very long day. Otherwise unremarkable, a little fire going on in the corner. Quiet, calm scene at the Titan's Rest.
What time of night is it now?
It'd be, by this point, I'd say around midnight, if not a bit later.
Are you guys hungry, or you guys just want to go upstairs?
Hell yeah, let's eat.
I
Let's
want
get
to.
some snack.
I would like to quickly go up and check on Folon and Bulbug, but yeah, just order something for me. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah. See if they're hungry too. Is Cyanus downstairs? I didn't.
I heard you guys come in, and
Okay.
I was gonna start making my way down
Okay,
after I hid the stuff that I found on them back in our room.
perfect.
Bulbug and Folon seem to be sleeping fitfully upstairs. Folon because of his condition earlier, and Bulbug just seems like he hasn't gotten a really, really good comfortable rest in a very long time. As far as you can tell, he seems sprawled out like a drunk person, just completely soaking in the vibe.
I will very, very gently, as so not to wake him up. I will, if there's not a blanket or something over him, I will put a blanket over him. And like, I can't really tuck him in because he's not in a bed, but I'm gonna tuck him in.
Well, the blanket fits about 60% of his body. These are normal size blankets, but that's fine. He seems more comfortable. He seems better now.
Yeah. And then back down.
Belzar by this point has come up. They have some they don't have all of the meals as normal, but they have some lighter foods and things for people that come in late. Some cheeses, crackers, wines, of course, grapes, strawberries, olives, things like that. It brings out a little,
love it.
yeah, charcuterie.
Oh, charcuterie.
Brings out a platter of all these different things, bread, the various different waters that you, Lycus is so fond of ordering several times. Bows to you and goes back to what he's doing, cleaning the bar as always.
Diana, how you feeling?
I'm warmer.
Yes, you look a little less blue in the face.
Yeah, I got here easily enough. You guys get anything from them?
Just their well wishes and thank yous.
And then I point, and then I look down and I'm like, then what's that bag?
Huh? Oh, what is that bag? I forgot all about that bag. Let's see. And I open up the bag. And if there's a bomb in this bag.
I was trying to remember what bag you were talking about. The bag that the cultist handed you.
Yeah.
You find a couple of small gems based on Lycus's fine eye of things, and
I'm making sure these bitches ain't like stamped with ethereal.
Cyanus's black market eye. They seem to be topaz, emeralds, rubies. They're small, but finely cut, nice shape. They're each worth about 50 gold pieces. There's about 5 of them.
Okay.
Cheap shit.
And then cheap shit. And then the rest of it is a kind of a fistful of silver, worth about 275, 300 silver pieces.
Okay. Gotcha. All accounted for.
I'll come down at this point. I'll flip a chair around and kind of sit on it, so my chin's on like the back.
All right. So that's at least one problem solved. Now we got to take care of our friend.
They're both asleep upstairs. Falon still looks kind of unwell. Bulbug looks like he hasn't gotten a good sleep, restful sleep in a long time.
Well, he hasn't. The good news.
I've been a slave to people in Mitros to fight in the arena. Probably hasn't been able to sleep.
I didn't realize you were going to keep talking. The good news is the cultist said that that you can grow accustomed to the wine. Like, it's not deadly. It's just stronger. So he should make a full recovery.
So Falon's just not able to hold his drink. Interesting.
That is really interesting.
That puts what she said into light, isn't it? Because we asked if she had poisoned us, and she said, "You don't understand."
That's an irrelevant fact, but she was right. We didn't understand, but they did poison us. They just say you get used to the poison after a while. I don't care.
Also, next time, I am not good at the illegal thing. Someone else take point on the illegal thing. I'm being quiet. I'm whispering. I am whispering.
Subtlety.
I was on the other side. I'm not used to this.
There was nothing. What are you talking about illegal? We were at the warehouse. They were supposed to meet us. They got ambushed by somebody, and we were investigating the area.
I'm just at this point, I'm just gonna find it, like, get, while Lycus is talking, I get cracker, cheese, meat, I just shove a whole handful, like, into my face so I can't talk.
Shit out of this thing.
I do think we need to get to Castor before the cult of Lutheria does. Because he's the only loose string we have right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. We can bring him to them.
I don't want them talking.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I mean. We can bring him the body.
Oh, his body.
A body.
Gotcha. Yeah, we should probably do that
Hey,
as soon as we wake up in the morning.
Science, you got that? You got their symbol thingy?
What, their
necklace thingy. Did they have a necklace or some sort of holy symbol or something?
No, I left that on them.
Do we have anything indicating who they were? A brooch, an emblem, a visual,
Well,
something of rank.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple letters.
I was
Would
trying to
that
see
work?
if we could go to Castor and be like, "Hey, your presence is requested. Here's their emblem as proof." They wanna talk. Oh, it's fine.
Our challenge is going to be to get Castor away from the group without his
Yeah.
group knowing that we came back.
Hmm.
Or else that's just more loose ends we have to take care of.
Yeah.
With all of that. But he was with somebody, wasn't he? He was off on his own with someone else?
Yeah, he had himself a little nymph girlfriend. You know nymphs, they just do this thing.
I don't. But
Yeah, it's a satyr relationship. We have an on again, off again kind of.
so it's not
love-hate
just
relationship.
it would have had to be a nymph, not just anyone. Okay.
Well, I mean, he's Castor. I'm sure he doesn't. I'm sure he paid a lot. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
'Cause I have an idea. But I'm not sure I could pull it off. That's sort of the problem. Because I don't know a whole lot about him, but because I mean, you never really said who he was, other than that he was an asshole. You both know.
Who
But from
was Ina there when she? No, Cyan. Didn't I? Who was there
You told
with
me.
us? I told you.
It's from me.
And then I think you clued me in on
I
some
think
of the
I-
stuff
yeah, I
you
added
guys
you
were
in
talking
when we were
about
leaving.
whenever.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't there, so she would have never.
yeah, no,
Uh,
Arya
okay.
genuinely also has no idea.
Oh, I'll fill you in later.
But from what little I saw, at the very least, he doesn't. He sometimes, at least, how I don't know how to say this. He seems like a horny son of a bitch. So would it be possible to lure him away by appealing to the horny son of a bitch side of him?
Kind of look over at Cyanus's horns, and I'm like, you.
Thinks with the wrong head. Thinks with
She's
his
calling him a
dick.
whore.
Yeah, I get that. I don't understand the problem. That's.
What are we trying to like? Wait a
Like,
minute. Are you
should
trying
he
to
not
say
be a
we should
whore?
invite him to?
I'm
You
offering
wanna
to
have a
honeypot.
You want us to do a threesome with him? I am so confused.
I said it was I'm saying I'm not sure I could
you
pull
mean
it off.
lure him away with
Yes.
the promise of some
Yes.
nightly activity?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so confused. So who are we offering up? Me? You? Cyanus?
Well,
Does he swing both ways?
I mean, he
We're
shouldn't.
Satyr.
He shouldn't go for Lycus because
Yeah,
they
no, he ain't
fucking
gonna
hate
go
each
for me.
other, and
I mean, I
I'm pretty
would
sure.
kill him as soon
I'm
as I
pretty
could.
sure some rage sec is not on the cards.
Yeah, well, rage would occur, but that's about it.
So
Um,
Lycus is out. Cyanus?
Um,
Would rage
I
I don't know
mean,
this stuff.
Yes, Diana?
I mean, I'm not really good with anything like that anymore.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm giving her
no.
the butterfly eyes. You're on. I don't think he's probably ever been with a Medusa. Snacky snake. And I start hissing at her snakes.
I mean, technically, I'm both married and not married at the same time.
But you
It's
don't
very
have
confusing.
to actually do it.
Thank
You do
God.
realize that.
I know. It would not work anyways, but
Oh.
yes.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. I mean, we're saying we love exotic. You are pretty much as exotic as they come, and hey, a little bit of extra, is a little bit of a thrill. But you petrify him.
You'd have to hold him have to keep him
No,
still.
you hold him very still, and I'm sure when you're in that moment, there is something you could easily hold on to keep him still. Or you just, bam, lay right on top of him.
People like being tied up sometimes, don't they?
Who told her that? Go for it, girl. You got this.
No, you don't know what my marriage was like.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Woo!
Joey's face.
I had to do some of this. This shit's got good.
50 Shades of the Dragon Lords, ladies and gentlemen.
50 Shades of the Dragon Lord. 50
I'm
Shades
so
of the
glad this-
Odyssey.
Okay.
Can you do that stone thing? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a touchy subject for Medusa.
I can. It just requires long eye contact for a very long time, and the person has to be weak enough to actually be susceptible to it. It's something that gets stronger with age and time, and I'm still pretty young with that whole thing.
So no permanent stone.
It's but we saw. You were charmed at the time. You didn't see it with the harpies. I can freeze them in place for a short time, but I have to freeze them over and over for it to actually turn them to stone.
How long would it take?
A couple times. It just has to be successful.
10
Metagame.
minutes?
Metagame. 3 fails in a row in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was mainly getting. I was like, as like
10 minutes,
like,
maybe.
10 minutes. Oh my god, 10 minutes.
A maximum 10 minutes. If I'm lucky, less than the maybe. If I'm lucky, less than 30 seconds.
Why don't you just tie him up and kill him? Just tie him up and kill him. I don't even worry about.
You want to ask him some stuff like this?
Do I?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to know about his sister.
I mean, he did tell me, like, she might have been dead. Like, I know that's a touchy subject, but I mean, that's something for you to, like, talk to him about, because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to speak to him, we can just
I need to know what he meant.
send Cyanus in and do what he knows how to do.
Yeah, no, I need to know about that. Can you? Yeah, we can maybe use this to try and tie him up, get him away from the crowd, get him away from the group, and then we have our way with him.
I feel like I should make a lesbian joke here with you saying that.
While I'm thinking of it, DM, wasn't there a thing where we can, like, roll an insight check to see if we can have, like, a aha moment?
Only if you're stuck, but see, you guys aren't stuck trying to overcome a puzzle right now. You're just trying to figure out the best way to approach an encounter. Not the same thing.
Okay. No, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if I might have been able to concoct a idea. All right.
All your ideas are perfectly good.
So, we could try and combine it. So, you two go up to talk to him and say, like I need answers about something. And then if it doesn't work, say, like,
Then you
this
ambush him?
feels like this feels like I'm whoring myself out.
Oh no, he owes us that harp for killing Trellis and Septia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He did say that was part of the.
Yeah, and I need that harp, so he definitely owes that to us. But
So he
I don't.
yeah.
I just don't want to be implicated in his murder because there's not an easy way out of that one.
Hey, Legus.
Hmm.
You can do that thing with
Which one?
with the loot, right? Where you can get people to do things for you.
Yeah, but satyrs are pretty. You know, we kind of brush that kind of magic off very easily.
Yeah. Fuck. Never mind.
Unless it's you and that whatever he's got that harp. That thing worked like a champ.
Yeah.
Last, we need to, I guess, would you take us at our word to say that they're dead, rather than just, go to the temple, see for yourself?
We
I
can
wonder
find
how
out.
quickly word would spread.
That's why we got to do this like first thing in the morning.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, like, I've got these letters from their bodies. So
Any personal correspondence in there? Like something
they
specifically
all.
from them?
They all said, "Dear Trellis" or "Dear Septia." So he should know that. Oh, those are them. Like, how else would he have gotten these letters? Especially like this many of them. I mean, it makes sense to me.
Okay. So we just go back as if we're getting our part of the deal, and then we kill him and bring him to them. There we go.
Yeah, we can always tell the cult that he admitted to orchestrating their demise, which is the truth.
And then we executed their will.
Us. Solving problems all over.
If we need to ham it up, perhaps we could even say something along the lines of, I know we've been in Lutheria's bad books. Thought we'd try and do something a little nice to balance it out. Or something like that. Or
No, I don't think they'll buy that lie. It was just mutually inclusive for us to do this. It was mutually beneficial. Okay.
That work.
If this goes south, I think Cyanus and I are in the same accord here. Let's try to mitigate the amount of death towards other satyrs.
Yeah. Like
If at
if
all
we can,
possible.
if we can put the rest of them to sleep while.
Put them to sleep, knock them out, kind of thing. I don't want to kill a clan of satyrs.
Oh yeah, no, it is 100% only my intention to get rid of Castor and not his other group. Like, if his other group never knew we came back, that'd be okay with me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I think we're all in accord here. Shall we get some sleep?
Oh,
Yes.
or should we go now and kind of like while they're all sleeping, kind of rouse him and get him away from the
This
group?
late? Would they be? I doubt they'd be asleep.
I'm going to just look around. Like, I'm going to point to all of us and be like, I don't know about all of y'all, but I am absolutely drained in every aspect possible.
Okay.
I still look like I got lit on fire. Which I did.
And, he's still kind of blue.
Okay, maybe we can think of a good way to get him away from the group before morning.
If we're desperate, I will still go with my suggestion.
Okay.
As
I just
much
hope
as
the
that will
cult
make me
doesn't get there
cringe.
first.
I think it'll take them a little time to mobilize. Besides, they also don't know where they are. That's why they sent us to go find them.
Oh, I thought they gave us directions there.
No, they gave us a general idea,
Okay.
but they said
yeah.
find the people responsible.
So
Okay.
we'll get up first thing before the sun even comes up. And we'll head out, trading them.
On the run.
Yeah,
Okay.
just get like a
Lycus, don't look at me like that.
Like a
You're muted if you're saying anything, but
Oh, yeah, I was like, oh, no, it's fine. I mean, we don't have to get breakfast, you know.
you get,
it's okay.
you get some sort of breakfast pita.
well, they make these things called the hero. They're great.
Heroes for the heroes.
I see what you did there.
Boom. All right. So yeah, off the bed.
All right. Which one of you? Everybody, tell me their passive perception. I don't have that written down. My sheet went. When I moved in here, I lost all my papers. They're all disorganized in my cabinet.
Mine's a
13.
25.
Yeah,
How do you have a fucking 25?
he's kidding.
It's not.
Mine's a
I was
14.
about to say.
Off the sheet.
Okay,
I got a 17.
13.
13.
Did we really just do this in the middle of the fucking banquet or the middle of the dining hall? Oh my god, we're stupid. We're so
Maybe.
stupid. I'm 11.
Maybe you did just do that in the middle of a dining hall. Maybe not.
Oh my god.
I mean, you definitely did. But what was
Yeah.
your passive
Whispering.
perception like? Us?
Or
I
11.
feel like we have a reasonable expectation of privacy.
I mean, yeah, there was nobody around you. There was nobody
Yeah.
within what you would consider earshot.
Of course. 11.
11. Okay. The highest passive perception is Cyanus, correct?
Mm.
Cyanus, give me a perception check.
Oh,
24.
24. Wow. Okay.
thank you.
So, as you're all, Ina goes out the back.
Oh shit! Dumbest
Lycus-
running joke. I swear.
It's not dumb if people laugh. Lycus and Euron and you start heading upstairs. You're the last one. You kind of pick up the last bit of the stuff off the table, the letters you had spread out to show them, and you're following them upstairs. As you glance around the room, your gaze just kind of naturally taking in the scene as you head up the stairs. You see a figure that's standing outside, not directly at the window by the front door, but about 20 feet off in the distance. Kind of in the street, hanging out by another building or something, but something, especially because of your background, something just kind of seems off. You can't make out them because of how dark it is outside, but there's a torch across the street that's highlighting their silhouette. And as you stand there and look at it, trying to take it in, the figure turns and expeditiously walks off out of view. And you see as it turns and the head profile changes, you see two horns rising up and curling back as this figure walks down the street deeper into the noble district.
I'm gonna go investigate.
Okay, so you stop what you're doing, you dart outside real quick. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, go to where you walk out the street real quick, look left and right. Nothing is immediately apparent. You can, for this short snippet of time, you can either look around, check out the surroundings, see if you can see anything, or you can look at the ground to try and see where this individual went. How would you like to approach this?
I'll check out the footprints.
Okay, give me a survival check. If you're trying to track it, or investigation check if you're just trying to get a general idea of what's going on.
Well, I rolled an 18 for survival.
Okay. The footprints, they were standing in a soft grassy spot. The footprints, the hoof prints, look remarkably like your own. And they're headed northerly into the noble district. And they seem to be kind of hugging the side of the houses along the street. And then up ahead, 50, 60 feet, you see that same figure kind of half trotting, walking, going back and forth depending on if people are passing, trying to be kind of nondescript, trying to stay in the shadows, every now and then passing underneath the torchlight. Now that you see him, give me a perception check to see what you can make out from this distance.
17.
17. You can't tell which one, but you can tell from the coloration of their fur and the garments and the accoutrement that they are flashing, that this individual who seemed to be standing across the street looking into the Titan's Rest Inn is one of the satyrs that you saw in the glade with Castor.
Interesting.
He's about 50 to 60 feet ahead, quickly walking, trying to stay out of sight. Are you going to do anything or go back in?
I'm gonna go at him.
Okay.
And try being like, hey, I want to talk to you right quick.
Okay. So, you, faster than he does, and more expertly, stay in the shadows, being quiet as a mouse. Give me a stealth check if you're trying to be quiet, just so I have some idea. And you start gaining on him 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet. What's your stealth check?
18.
18. You get behind him, you reach out and you grab his shoulder, and he turns with an alarmed shock. You see now, clearly, it's one of the other brothers there, one of the Four Winds. His eyes kind of wide open, reflecting in the torchlight, his mouth slightly agape. He obviously didn't expect to get caught. And as he starts to stammer out, that's what we're going to pick up next time.